And we're working. All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. This is an Ilex Schilling. Some people call it an Ilex Vomitoria. I tried to find the article. I read an article or a blog once that said that the Vomitoria was like the female version of it. Not really all that sure, but either way, it's a dwarf holly. I got 3 of these about 3.5 years ago. They were on the discount rack, and they were like, you know, $6, $7 each, something like that. This one I repotted in here. I've been trying to do a little clip and grow windswept out of it. I'll show you a couple of earlier pictures. This one picture is from I think it's February of 2019. And then the next picture here is going to be from February of 2021. What happened to the, I repotted it in here and I've just been trying to do that clip and grow, kind of a windswept look for it. And the other 2, I just really, I overworked them basically. I treated them like a normal tropical, kind of treated them like they were a Ficus carpa, and I killed them both. Thank goodness they were just, you know, clearance plants. I didn't spend a whole lot of money on them. I do believe when the other 2 died, I went in and I deleted a bunch of the pictures from them. Just didn't really want to keep pictures of dead bushes or anything. And I think I deleted a lot of the ones that I had from this too. So I don't really have a whole lot of history from it. But generally speaking, they get little white flowers in the spring and then a huge growth spurt. I took a quick video back in April, and then I was going to do another video midsummer when it got the big growth spurt. And this year it didn't really get the big obvious growth spurt at all. It actually kind of grew kind of evenly, and I just never really got to it. So we'll go ahead and just take a look back here in April what it looked like, and then come back and do some work on it now. All right, and here we travel back to April 1st. And again, I just thought I'd bring it in now, show you these flowers before it gets that growth spurt, and I'll make the video. See all those flowers in there. Just does it once a year, and then it gets that big growth spurt. And I imagine the rest of the video I'm making now is me pruning it after the big growth spurt there. And it does look pretty cool when it's in full bloom there. Alright, and here we are back to October. I think today is October 15th or 16th. This is only my second video from the hurricane. Before I get to pruning on this guy, I would like to go ahead and say that I noticed all my jacaranda, my river tamarind, my starfruit seedlings, my moringa seedlings, all of those are now leafing back out. I thought that they would. I was worried for a bit, but they've all been leafing back out. About half the bougainvilleas have been. And I do believe that all the ficus that I was worried about, all the microcarpa did great. But some of the ficus kind of got a little windburnt. And they all seem to have some active growing buds on there too. Some of them may not come out just exactly the way they were looking before the hurricane. But I guess that's the risk I took by not being able to bring them inside or anything. And because of how lopsided this guy is, it's hard to show you guys a both-way version of it. The more I look at it, I actually think this may turn out to be the front, but I'm going to go ahead and get some pruning in here. I got this one piece that's kind of not agreeing with the windswept part of it. I may get some wire on there. Just kind of depends on what it looks like once I get it pruned up. I'm going to go ahead and prune all the straight down branches, some of the straight up ones, and also anything that's going that way, except for maybe some of this on the back side here, just to give it a little shape on the back side. But everything on the longer branches here, from that, I'll probably have to either edit out quite a bit or time lapse quite a bit. So I'm going to try not to talk all that much and just get to work here. right, and so what I'm going to do now, I did go ahead and decide to take everything that was this way. I mean, I think the only choice I have is to stick with the original idea I had of like a windswept. Definitely not a prize-winning tree anytime recent or anytime soon. Not recently, but the trunk is starting to look a little more aged and weathered, if you will. And what I'm going to do, it's hard for me to show you guys. This branch is kind of growing way over here, and then this, if I wire it, try to wire it a little more windswept way or whatever, it's going to wind up kind of clashing with this one a little bit. So what I'm going to do is actually I was looking, I'd like to shorten both of them a little bit, maybe create a little taper, and then also the overall windswept look. I can let these two kind of catch up to where these two were, so that viewer believe that this was caused by a windstorm. Didn't really even occur to me that right now is kind of an ironic time to work on something like that. But anyhow, when I put the wire on this one, I want to try to go ahead and maybe get a little movement on the other one away from it a little bit too, so that they can be a little more in the direction of the wind, especially this one, and then just have the other one kind of move away from it a little bit. All right, and so I was able to accomplish pretty much what I wanted to there. Straighten that piece out a bit. You know, in nature, I mean, I know in that one type would be, say, the type hanging off of a cliff or the side of a mountain or something like that, where it's always been windswept one direction and it just stays that way. But I've actually, you know, you don't really see that much around here in the tropics, but what I've actually seen around here is sometimes, you know, you see the, you know, especially an oak tree, which would, you know, perhaps maybe this could kind of give the look of that once it fills in a little, but where they get blown one way, never taken out, and then just kind of continue to grow after that, and then they kind of get that windswept look, which I do believe is what I originally had in mind for this. After those two that I threw away, the two that I threw away, I think were actually going to be much better styled trees than this one was. I still may keep my eye on the discount rack and see if they ever pop up there again and try to get a couple more, you know, traditional shaped ones. I didn't really give all that much thought to this one. I just got all three of them, thinking the other two I could really make some good shapes with, and then this one I could just kind of play around with, make it a windswept eventually. But hope it turns out.